Okay, oh my goodness, here we go. DFemMaRember 2024. And look at my desk is full of. That does not look like journaling or paper crafting or anything, does it? But it is, I swear. So, intro stuff, right? This cherry gummies is from my swap partner. She sent these to me, so I am going to cut the top off of this so that when I'm not filming, actually, I will be able to grab a gummy, and I'm going to put that right here. I have a bowl. This is going to be for bits and pieces, right? And I'll also put this snack in there, just like so. So I will have a bowl of bits and pieces and cherry gummies to keep my face busy. I have pita crackers. What in the world do you need pita crackers for? I will show you. So, in the intro and the question and the frequently asked questions video that Barbara and Louisa did, they mentioned that they're not doing snacks this year. I don't particularly care for that. I think they're missing out, but they did say that cheese was required. So I found this at Aldi. European cheese, let your festive experience commence. Daily pairings. I don't know what daily pairings are, but I don't like that the days are all mixed up because I'm having trouble finding the numbers, but you know, it's okay, then it's a challenge. But I did find number 1 and it's right here. So I have cheese for every day of DFemMaRember because Louisa said you have to have cheese. So I do. I follow directions. Oh, so today's cheese today's cheese is, oh, look at it. Oh, I'm glad it's little. I'm glad it's little. Oh, it's not so little. Oh, it's a chunky thing. Look at that. So I thought I would put it on crackers, but maybe I won't unless I slice it. Today's cheese is cheddar with whiskey. Ooh, that's off to a wild start. Cheddar with whiskey. So at snack time, we will be having cheddar with whiskey. And I'll put this away till next DFemMaRember. Where do you store your cheese? Okay. Also, I always do some, it seems like it's tradition for me to do tea. So I have in here, I think it's 25, it might be 31 different kinds of caffeine-free tea. In case I do this at night and whatever, I just wanted it to be good to have any time of day or night. So I got 2 of each flavor and I separated them, and this bag has 1 of each flavor, and we're gonna just do grab bag style. So I don't know what the flavor of the day is, but the flavor of today's tea is going to be Earl Grey. Oh, a classic. I'm actually kind of glad it's not any wild flavor because cheddar whiskey doesn't really need a whole lot of help. That's already pretty out there. So I'm going to set my tea up. I've already heated my water. I don't need to say that out loud, I guess, but there I did. Let's do that, and we'll set this aside. And at some point or another, we will try this Earl Grey tea and cheddar whiskey cheese, and we'll see how it is. And I will be saving these bags, and I have some stuff here to help save the tea bags. Oh, just fun. Okay, so today's prompt for DFemMaRember. Oh, I should get my book out. Here's my book. Today's prompt is altered playing card and keys. So I have an idea that I got from watching tons of other people. Altered playing card and antique keys. So I really didn't need to do that because I just said it. Silly girl. So I got a couple of ideas. like I said, by watching other people, and I did some practicing on here about what I wanted to do, and I'm gonna make a door. I'm gonna make a door, right? And then these are just my practice cards, so I'm gonna set those aside because we're gonna do something a little fancier. But oh, there we go, Alice in Wonderland cards. But we're gonna make a door. And I measured this out and I liked this size, and then I didn't save my template, I don't think. That was a tad silly. Yeah, that was very silly because now I have this over here that's a template for this too. And here, we don't need my schedule to be public information. I'll put that over there. And then there is writing on the back of here. Remove everything you don't use from your desk. Yeah, good idea. Okay. Okay, I'm just making sure I'm not cutting up something important. So this is important for later. So I'm going to cut this out quick. You will find that I am not particularly prepared to start videoing Defemember. And the thing is, I've been struggling to get my brain to cooperate. And there's a lot of stuff about December that's a little overwhelming. There's my antique key for this first door idea. It's so cute. I have another one that I really wanted to use for this, but I couldn't find it because if you don't know, I mean, a lot of people know, but if you don't know, I just recently rearranged my studio and it is not all put back together. I have not found all my stuffs. I love this We're All Mad here. I don't think I'll use that for my example because I am going to make some Alice journals, which is why I have these cards in the first place. So I want to use some things that are cool to show off this idea, but a little bit generic also, if you know what I mean. We might have to keep her because she's important. What do we got here? I don't like that one. Let's just use the generic Alice today. And then I need a door. I think I like this door actually. And then I think that's it for right now. I think that's it. So, where did I put the box? It was in my hand 2 seconds ago. Oh, there it is. Good grief, girl. Good grief. So I'm going to put all of this practice stuff in the box because I have lots of other ideas for how to do this, but we're going to practice and try to get this one a little above the other practices. So I have a really good example. Ow, ow, ow. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, here's the thing. I got this for the door, and this was supposed to be kind of a template kind of thing. So let's see if we can even get this apart. No way. Which is kind of good to know because it means that the glue worked really well. What I can do though is, I think it's all 1/2 inch. It is. So all we're going to do is measure all the way around this card and mark it like so, or possibly, wait, like so. So if I go 1/2 inch in on this side, it's right here. I'm wondering if a scratch mark would work well. Not really. too hard to see. I bet if it was a darker card where you'd have trouble getting a line to show up, like a pen line, I wonder if a scratch would show up better. I'm gonna regret this, aren't I, guys? Because now there are lines where I don't want them. You know what? I should be doing this on the inside. I'm gonna get a different starting card because now I've done things to it that I didn't want to do. So let's find a different number. Let's do the 8 of Spades. And mark the cut lines on the side that's not going to show. Silly girl. Silly girl. I have seen videos out already for D for Marimba, and I'm a little surprised that they're out so early. I've actually seen somebody who's already done the first 5. And it's not even December yet. I was a little shocked that they would put the videos out so early. I mean, I don't care. It's a prompt list. Do what you want, right? But I was a little surprised. So, yeah, you'll find that I wasn't particularly ready to start filming. And I had to start filming anyway because my brain is not cooperating lately, and I just kept getting overwhelmed by preparing to film and to create. So I thought, you know what, the only way to do it is to just sit down and do the thing. So here we are, sitting down doing the thing. So I want to try something here. I'd like if my door had rounded corners. So I'm going to try the crocodile and the larger hole, I think. And I'm going to see if I can get it nicely on the corners of the door. So placement is going to be a tad tricky. It moved. Let's try that. No. Okay, too far away from one line, but right on the other. Good job. One more try. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. I can probably work with that. Okay, this one. No. Up a little, girl. Well, what the heck? I just keep hitting the same hole, but... Oh, there we go. Okay, up a little. I'll take that too. I can work with that. This is actually good practice. I mean, I'm not getting the hole exactly where I want it. And if I do this often enough, maybe I'll figure out why and how to get perfect placement. Okay, okay, those last two were pretty darn good. That last one was perfect. Although, we do not need perfection. All right, next, let's find this little blade and join these circles up and create ourselves a door. Oh, shoot. And it slid right away from me. Don't do that. Cards are slippery. Oh, shoot. Okay, don't. Do you see that? It keeps sliding away. Oh my goodness. It's going to be an interesting day. That's what I think. Okay, here we go. We have a door. There we go. We have a door. Oh, well, that was silly. Now we have a door that has, the frame has rounded corners, but the, okay, I didn't think that through, did I? The door has holes in it now. Huh. I'm not entirely sure what to do now. Okay, what I decided to do was start over. And I did it off screen because we don't really need to see that process again. And I did it with a number 10. So, you know. There we go. I'm going to why can't come on. Come on. Come this way. There we go. I'm going to create my crease for the door. Like so I can see the line, and then I will fold it in the direction where it will actually be a door. Good job. There we go. There we go. Okay. Next, because this is one of the black cards, I will get my VersaFine Clair, and I'm going to ink edges because it's what I do. And it's going to get all over the place because it's also what I do. I make a mess. It's okay. If I had done this on the other side, I wouldn't be making such a mess on the front of my door. But, you know, I don't always think of these things, so you got to go with it. Part of the point of showing the process, right? Why I make long videos and do the process, part of it is to show the mistakes and how you live with them. And actually, they're not really mistakes, right? We all have limitations. I have limitations, and sometimes they affect what we do. And my point always is, don't let it stop you, right? Create art anyway. Look what a mess I've made of this, and I absolutely will end up with a product I like it, because there are ways to deal with all this stuff. And hopefully, my hope anyway, is that I show that it's okay to kind of fumble your way through stuff, and eventually you'll end up with something that you love. And really, that is the point of art, is to create expressions of yourself, really. So everything that we put into it, if we call it a mistake, or I didn't want it that way, or I just couldn't get exactly what I was thinking, whatever, all of that stuff means, oh look, I like that I spread it out. See, that's better now. It just looks old, and I'm cool with that. I wonder if I can get some in here on purpose now. I can. Oh, look at that. Okay, good job. Okay, happy with that. So the next thing to do is to scrape it up. And I have these little sandpaper sticks that honestly don't work very well, but I need to use them up because I have them. So you can tell I'm off screen mostly, because if I work on the edge of my table, I can get a little bit better. And these aren't terrible. They just, wear out really quick. There must be for micro jobs, you know. I'm sure that's what they're for anyway, because look how tiny that point is, and then it has a regular like cuticle pusher actually is what my reference would be on the other end. So there's that one, and then we got to do the same on the king. And I'm going to do it a different way because I'm tired of that stick. I'm going to use my pokey tool. And I'm going to make sure that I stay off the picture that I want showing on the inside. So I'll just mark that 1/2 inch. And I'm just going to go like this. I'm just going to give the glue something to hang on to, you know. Because these cards are, well, as you've seen already actually, are so slippery. Which is great for, you know, shuffling and dealing and stuff. Not so great for gluing and painting and such. Okay. Oh, I didn't need to turn it. Silly girl. Okay. I did it anyway. Why not? Okay. Those should connect pretty well at this point. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and glue them together. All that glue in the scratchy parts and align the bits. Very nice. Okay, so I wanted to use hardware, but again, studio revamping is causing me to be a bit more creative. So I've been using tiny Velcro dots, the invisible kind, and cutting them in half. Little tiny Velcro dots. Did I glue this on backward? I glued my door on backward. Did you see that? Did you yell at me? Did you be like, oh my gosh, what did you just do? Oh, good grief, girl. I'm glad the glue's still wet. There's what I wanted. Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh well, if the glue wasn't still wet and I couldn't get it apart, that'd just be another way for me to show you how to fix stuff. Okay, let's try that again. Come on, little door. I need you to open. There we go. Oh, so much better. Oh, that's what we're trying to do right there. Okay, now let's get that Velcro dot. That 1/2 dot. Right there. I don't know if this one's going to stick very well. It was kind of sitting out in the open air. It might be all dried out and yucky. We'll see. If not, I will replace that. Okay, so there is my door, so to speak. But it doesn't have hinges yet, and it doesn't have a little handle yet. And then we need to create a holder for that. So that's what we're going to do next. Okay, so next we're going to do, I already said that. We're going to do the door handle, and I'm going to pull out my absolute least favorite bit to use. I love Patty at Fairy Tales and Fireflies was mentioning how I do not like flat back pearls. She is so right. Not necessarily all of them, because I've seen some that are probably my cup of tea. These particular colors and style are not my cup of tea. But I don't have a ton of options right now. I don't have the options I would prefer right now. So I'm improvising a door handle. This is, after all, just an idea book. So it doesn't need to be everything I want it to be, right? This isn't like going anywhere. I need a representation that I can live with. So I'm not going to do things. I made the mistake, I've said this a bunch of times now, but I made the mistake of trying to do an idea book out of things that I'm not going to use otherwise. And if I didn't find it inspirational in the first place, whatever it is, I'm not going to find it inspirational later. I don't like using these just because they're not my color and style, like the pastels and the pearly and the whatever. I'm a little bit more on the dark and drama side than the foofy side. And those feel terribly foofy. But this one, for representing a door handle, all right, just fine. I don't have anything that I could find to do little hinges with, so I pulled out this scrap piece for a couple of reasons, and I thought I will just cut this little section off right here and cut a very thin strip of it. Let's see if I can do a nice straight 1/4 inch. As long as I hold my ruler down, I should be able to pull that off. And then I think I'm just going to draw, like, I'll draw a line somewhere toward the middle. That was a little, not as much as I would have liked. And then I don't know why I'm putting circles in it, but I am. And then I'll make another one, kind of the same deal. And then we're going to cut those out. Oh my goodness. So, there we go. Reach for the little scissors, the detail skizzer, and 1 and 2 and 1 and oh my and 2. These are my hinges for my door. I do have metal bits and pieces somewhere that would have made a great door handle and hinges. You could do, I've seen so many people do it and I just haven't got the knack of it yet, but you could do paper bits, right? Where you draw the hinges just like I did, but you do that whole fake rusty thing. So if you are talented and can do that fake rusty thing on paper, that's kind of ideal because you want something, unless you're doing a big dimensional piece, you kind of want something that's going to be flat and not take up terrible amounts of space, because if you're putting this in a journal, you want to not ruin writing space and you want to not take up, I need to scoot that up, that's a bit ridiculous. There we go. Okay, there's my hinges. So let's see. Come on. There we go. Yeah, the Velcro didn't work. Okay. There's my hinges. There's my door. There's Alice. Hi, Alice. That'll work. That'll do. All right. So, I need a new Velcro because this only stuck on one side. So I was right. The glue kind of dried out. Let's throw that away. I don't like to be wasteful, so I try to use things, but sometimes you just can't. So let's line these guys up better. You know what? I could have just put a dot of glue on. Now I feel bad that I threw it away, because why didn't I just think to put glue on? You know, whatever. Jeez. Okay, I want to put one is clear and one is a little white. So I want to put the clear side down, so I'm showing off the picture, and it's as unobtrusive as it can be. Whoops, get back there. Get back to your spot. All right, there we go. There we have our door. Now, let's get it in my idea book and then figure out how to utilize the key that goes with the door. And I'm going to use this scrap and this door and this piece of, I made this piece to go with this set, and I need a 4-inch wide by 4.5-inch tall. Oh my gosh, hold on. I broke my scoreboard. I need a new one. I need a new trimmer scoreboard because I broke it. I broke it the other day. Someday I'll get a new one, and I won't have to fight with this one so much. Okay, so I need a 4-inch wide piece, and I'll do it a 5-inch tall, just to be safe. We can certainly trim as needed. That can go in that scrap box, and 4 inches wide, and this can go in the scrap box. Boy. And then we're going to cut this, and I learned my lesson. Draw your lines on the side that isn't going to be visible. Good plan. You know what? I can retry my, let me put this tool away because I'm confusing it with my marker because they look very similar. Okay, there we go. I can try the rounded corners again, and I'm gonna sew, what am I looking for here? Oh, my little ruler. There we go. I'm gonna do 1-inch borders. I did this in the trial, and I did a smaller, piece of this, this part, and I did a 3/4-inch border, and I didn't, it was too tight. The card went in, but it was not a comfortable fit. And I would rather have it be in the pocket, but not fighting. So I'm going to try a 1-inch pocket. See, Malik? Scoot your butt. In your bed. Get in your bed. Scoot your butt. Here, let me help you. Okay. Let's try some rounded corners on this and see if that works this time, since I don't need, oh, it doesn't reach. Okay, well, I suppose I could just round my own corners. I'll guesstimate. I'm gonna go like that. And like, oh shoot, that was bad. Gosh darn me. Okay. Okay, so we're going to save this, and we're going to save this paper with the roses. We can move our samples out of the way and pull the book in. This is so exciting. This is the very first thing going in. So I'm just going to flip to any naked page. There we go. Got a naked page right here. And let's round all the corners on this thing. with the biggest corner rounder because I'm kind of in love with that. Still infatuated with my giant corner rounder. Silly things. The very silly things that I get excited about. But I'm not alone. I mean, I see all of us just get excited about the silliest things. I think I'm going to put this way down here. And here's what's going to happen. This is going to be a holder for the card door. And it will go just like this. So yeah, this is a little taller than it needs to be, but right now I'm going to leave it and you'll see why in just a few minutes here. So let's get this edged and glued. I'm going to do all the way around this thing super fast just to give it a finished look, right? Come on, get in the corner. Get in the bottom. Get in the corner. Oh, curve it the other way. There we go. If you curve but don't bend to get in corners, you're good. Just don't crease it and you'll be fine. Once you glue it down, it all works out. All right, so get the glue and I'm gonna go sort of to the center, right? So I'll do the outside edge and I'll do the center because I really want this to have some support. This is kind of a heavy piece. And I'll just put it right in the center of the page near the bottom. There we go. Now, oh, I guess, oh, okay, I should let the ink dry a little bit. Let the ink dry, lady. So I totally see something I kind of should have thought of and should have maybe wanted to do. Not should have wanted to do, but maybe should have done, but you're not supposed to tell yourself should have. So says Darcy, and she's right. Don't say should. That's not nice. That's like guilting yourself, right? Or somebody else. Don't say should. All right, let's see here. So this is going to go, I should wait till the glue dries a little bit more, but I'm impatient and the video is getting long already, even though I've paused several times and I have a whole other thing I want to do. It's a little on the funny side, but we're going to try to do it anyway. So here's what I should have thought of is I bet this rose bit would have been good behind here, like in there, right? So let's actually see if I can get it in there. And I want kind of a torn top because I love torn edges. I love them very much. I saw somebody who doesn't like torn edges. I think it might have been Margaret at Seven Plaza. She is one of my very favorite artists. But she likes things tidier. And she does tear edges, but she tears them against her ruler. So she's kind of a hybrid. Likes torn edges, but not scruffy torn edges, I guess. Okay, hurry up, lady. If you hurry, you can get this in there. This should actually be done with glue stick, so it's nice and flat and even. But I'm trying to hurry because I want to... Oh, shoot, that's already way stuck. I want to get this in here. Oh my. Can I pull this off? Can I? It's too wide. I have to tear off this edge a little bit. And then I think I can get it all tucked in. Come on. Tuck. I said jump. You know what? I think I can use this to help it tuck. Get in there. Ha! I can. Look at that. All right. All right. Well, that was an adventure in itself. Okay. So now this doesn't look very good. The roses look fabulous. The door is looking like I wanted it to, even though I didn't get the parts that I wanted to. And we have some scraps right here that we could use, but we also have, don't forget, we have a whole set of stuff in the back. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we pull out, well, that's on a tab. That's not what I thought. I thought that was a fabric bit, but I don't have the fabric bits out. So we won't do that right now because I'm starting to want to hurry. But let's pull out, since it's an Alice thing, let's pull out some books and some tea. So I think this book, no, I like this one better. Let's pull out that book and let's pull out a teapot. We'll do that one. And let's pull out some biscuits and a flower and what? I know there's a lot of ephemera in here, but I don't want to start using it all up just for one thing. So let's close this up and take a look at what that does. I lost the page. Too funny. Where did we put the door? Oh, that felt heavy. Ah, there it is. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. When I make the border and I put a door in it, here's what I think. I think this border can then be decorated with stuff. And I'm kind of thinking, what if I made a forest journal and this had the grass across it and this had trees up it and this had a magical portal door? I'm going to do that in the near future, but not for this idea book, because this idea book has plans of its own. So I like that right there. I like that right there. I can put the flower right there, maybe, right? And the teapot could go up here, perhaps. Oh wait, let's put it connected. And then maybe the flower goes to connect these down here. And then, okay, so I had to tear off the bit of roses. I don't know if I can really use that anywhere, but I certainly could decorate with bits, right? So it could go, there's just not enough on it. So I have this bit too. This looks like she was cleaning her stamp, probably, maybe. And the first one was still pretty dark, and then this one was cleaner already. So it's a much paler print. So maybe let's try tearing off. Why is it? Oh, because it's folded, silly. All of a sudden it got harder to tear, and I'm like, wait, what is going on? Okay, so we got all torn edges. What if, okay, turn it up this way. What if I tear this right in half so there's enough flower on each side? Then I could create a background, right? I could do this and do that. I don't think I want this quite as fat as it is, but I don't mind it being different than the other side. Different, I will make it fatter and shorter And it could go like this. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm also going to ink edges, so blink. Ta-da! Okay. I think this was the bottom piece. Let's put it right here. I think it's the very bottom. I believe this was next. Like so. Sure. Looks good. Like so. The book. Alright, I'm going to regret what I just did because the roses are supposed to go behind this stuff. Let's put that down a little farther. There we go. I like that. Let's get the roses. Down. Like so. And on this side. And the teapot can go with the cookies. Yep, like that. Get some glue on that handle so it doesn't get ripped apart. Like so. All right, so there is my first idea. It looks a little messy. It looks a little much. It's much. I'm not sure what to do about that. Certainly I could tone down this background a little bit. I could put some, what could I do? I could put some sparkle. Let's see if sparkle tones it down or wakes it up. What if I put sparkle there? It might tone it down because it might, you know, cover the color a little bit. That didn't change it much at all, except it's pretty. I don't think you can see that on camera very well. My shimmer stick. I could do some bits of white gesso or watered down white paint or white charcoal pencil. I could do all kinds of stuff, but I don't have any of that stuff available. Here, I have a white watercolor pencil, which isn't really gonna help much. Isn't quite the right thing. But let's see what happens if I tone this down. If I can get any pencil on there. I need a water dish and I don't have one. Which is really weird because I usually have a bunch of them. There we go. There we go. See? Now, did that help? I don't know that it did. I don't know that it did much of anything. Here's something else I wonder if it can help. If I do like a bit of a doodle line, well, I'm going to have to wait for it to dry because that's just going to wreck my marker and it's all soggy now with sparkles and white paint. Page 1. And we have approximately 9 minutes left. Oh, 10. And I'm going to show you a quick second idea for altered playing card. Also, we forgot the key. Where's the key? Oh no. I'll find the key. We'll also add the key as soon as this stuff dries up a little bit. Be right back. All right. So, it's almost over. And I'm going to try the cheddar with whiskey cheese. Ah! Okay. While I'm testing that, let's prep this tea. It certainly has had plenty of time for steeping. Learning how to get those S's out. Okay, let's squish this. Squish. This spoon is absolutely useless. Okay. Okay. There we go. Now, we put this aside to dry. The cheese is actually really good, peeps. I was a little uncertain about cheddar and whiskey. It sounds a bit extreme. So I have a silicone mat way over on the side. And I'm going to let the tea bags dry on gauze pads. So in junk journaling, use what you have. I happen to have an abundance of gauze pads. So I'm going to try tea dyeing them with my tea bags. And let's see, this is just a plain Earl Grey. It should be tasty. I mean, how can you go wrong? It's a classic. And tasting it, yep, it's a classic. I do have this at my desk. Sugar-free vanilla syrup, and I'm gonna try that in there too. I should get a little tiny fancy pitcher for this syrup because this bottle is just too big on my desk, but I didn't do that. Maybe for the next video I will. Okay, Earl Grey with a touch, just a touch, you saw me do it, of vanilla syrup. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. All right. Project number 2. This is hilarious. So I asked a secret shopper of mine to find some giant playing cards, and I was hoping for the, you know, the 5x7 size or whatever, and she didn't run into those. I didn't even specify because I thought, you know, the giant playing cards are the giant playing cards. Nope, she found these. I didn't even imagine that this was a thing. What are these? Well, I mean, I know they were a thing, but this is not what I thought she would find in a store just around. So they're 14.5 inches tall. They are 10.25 inches wide. Holy buckets, man. So here's what I'm gonna do to alter these playing cards. And actually, I thought of a bunch of things. So if I can do this really fast, I might show you more than one idea. Just because these are going to be a quick blurb. And I'll probably show the done product again later. So here's one thing I thought. I'm going to trim the borders off because this is just too big. Too big for like anything. So I'm going to go around, and it looks like I'm trimming off about 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to do that all the way around, and I will be right back. Okay, so here's what I've done. I cut down the ace, and I actually ended up cutting a strip off the bottom as well. The whole other ace section, correct? I mean, right? I mean, see? Because I needed more bits and pieces, and it was still too big to be reasonable. So here's my thought. We're always looking for ways to organize and whatever, and we're making ephemera, and I like my door in the back of my Defemmerimber idea book, right? So I thought, what if I did that same idea and created an ephemera folder like so? Now here's the thing, is if I did an ace and then a 2, 3, 4, 5, I could put themes or colors or, oh, I didn't realize that was driving my camera crazy. Sorry. Okay. I could put different themes in different numbers and then have a deck of ephemera, right? I could have a deck all organized. I'm gonna pause again and do the next part. Hopefully my camera will like it better once I'm done with the next part. I'll be right back. Okay, here we are at the end of day 1 of Defemember, and what have we learned? First of all, if you have ginormous playing cards, you could do this. Create a base for a journal. This could either be decorated as it is. I put a cover on here and put some corners on here and do this, right? Or this could be completely covered with fabrics or papers or whatever, and this could just serve as a core. So that was one thing I thought of. I will probably do that at some point in the future because now I have 52 ginormous cards. The other idea I had for the ginormous cards is numbered ephemera folders. So it could go by theme or by color or by project, because I discovered that the size that I cut this fits fabulously in my project boxes and my project envelopes. So I could put ephemera for a given project in one of these, and then there we go. I have just this piece right here on this side for bigger pieces or papers or what have you, and then graduated tucks, right, for the stuff, like so, like so, like so, and for the tiny bits, like so. And then I didn't want to go any higher than that because then the tiny bits will escape, and we do not want our tiny bits escaping. Cat, that's not helping. No, you can't have my tea. We also learned that Earl Grey tea is delicious, but I think the whole world already knew that, and that it is delicious with a tiny speck of vanilla syrup, which, you know, other people may have already known, but I did not. Then, the big project of the day was altered playing card and antique key. For now, aw, my hinge is broken. For now, my hinge is broken. Okay, I will fix that. For now, I just put the antique key on a dangle situation on a tiny paper clip because I'm really not sure what else to do. I did mention earlier that I'm having some fuzzy brain issues, so be it. And then there's our door. Altered playing card. Let's get some new glue on there. Because, oh my, okay, so I might have to scuff up the card under the hinges. Aw, escaping. We learned that cheddar cheese, sharp cheddar whiskey cheese is good. I actually couldn't really taste the whiskey. If I thought about it, it was there, but it wasn't like a big deal. All right, so let's let that dry. We'll put this in its home. I've also learned that this is just too much. It's just too much. It's all dark. It's too much visual information. So I'm going to want to do some things to create some separation. And I was wondering earlier if maybe just a line doodle around stuff, creating I mean, this isn't really creating a shadow, but it's creating a shadowish thing. You know me and outlining. It's my favorite. But if I did this all the way around and, you know, kept the marker working, I have so much stuff on here that my marker just keeps getting clogged. So there's one thought, is that I'm just gonna create an even darker line all the way around. And I actually think that has already worked. I don't know how you feel about it. You might want very different things to separate, visually separate your things, but this actually worked for me. I like this. I wonder if we should add some to the outside. Possibly. It's just a scribble, right? It's just a bit of a doodle scribble. I apparently need to glue down that bookmark. I don't think I would normally do this big scribble. Oh shoot, I went over an hour. Didn't want to do that. I don't think I would normally go over this with scribbles. I think there's a lot of other things that could happen, and that is just specific to this one right here. I think adding some light white paint or something to this bit right here will also help. So I will be doing that, and we'll take another look at this at some point, and we'll see how it actually turned out once I've made some adjustments. But for now, we need to be done today. We need to be done because we need to move on. We have other December-embering to do. Altered playing card and antique key. I did almost nothing with the key. I apologize to the key. We'll get fancier with that in the future. Okay, see you next time. Bye.